Hi, everybody. Hello. Gonna go live everywhere and away we go. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We took the night off last night. I've been running hard the last few days, and it just worked out better with my schedule if we hung out tonight. So I hope a lot of you are able to tune in, hang out with us. Please say hi when you jump into the chat, whether you're joining us from Facebook or YouTube, or those of you on Instagram. We can't always see your comments, but I'm so glad you're here. So thank you for being here. I'm Jill Bauer. Always fun to be with you. My little company is called Just Jill, and we do a little bit of everything here. So whether you're looking for great recipes or home and lifestyle tips, you can find those over at justjill.com. But I also, about 5 years ago, our team started an online business. And so we like to do these live streams and share some of the great products that we have for you. And you'll find all of the things that we're going to be talking about at justjillshop.com. Shipping and handling is included with all of your purchases. Hi, everybody who's jumping in. Oh my gosh. And here it is. Everybody's here. Yay. Nice to see everybody. Hi, Mariana. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Stephen, Sandy, and Donna, and Carol, and Diane, and Pamela, and Mary, and Kathy, and Joan, and Charlotte, and David. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jan. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. So what we're going to do tonight, chat for a little bit, but also want to let you know this seems a little crazy. It's only September 3rd, but this is really our final fall live stream. So all of the fall product that we brought in that we thought might take us through most of September has sold out. Thank you. A million thank yous. A million thank yous. But good news is we got a couple of small reorders on things that sold out, like the petite wax pumpkins and the gourd. Run, don't walk. There aren't many of those, but we got what we could. We have some new things to show you tonight that we haven't shown you so far this season. And we're also just going to touch on some like last limited quantity, last call items, because really we don't have plans to feature fall products for the rest of September. You can always see what might be left over if you're looking for something in particular over at Just Jill Shop. But as far as our live streams are concerned, we're going to be doing a couple of touch bases with some of our beauty brands in September, some of our jewelry designers joining us in September, and then probably towards the end of the month, we're going to start looking at our holiday collections. So I was just over at Bernadette's today. We were looking through boxes of some of the things that are coming in for the holidays. So many beautiful new picks and things for you. We like to create different combinations and looks for you with the picks. So those will all be coming up. We'll start doing our holiday assortments towards the end of the month. But if you're all about fall, I am too. It's probably my favorite season of the year. I grew up in Southern California. A lot of you know that. And so the seasons weren't a thing there. It was sunny, beautiful, sunny, beautiful, sunny, beautiful, sunny, beautiful most of the year. A little June gloom, a little overcast December, January. But it was, we didn't see the change of seasons in Southern California. And so when I went to college in the Midwest, my first jobs were in the Midwest, and then made my way east and could really drink in everything that is the changing of the colors and the textures and the beautiful glow that I feel like the sun casts during September and October, the mums, the pumpkins, the gourds, all those things. I love it. It's one of my favorite seasons, not only to enjoy what nature has to offer, but let's face it, I'm a decor girl. So I love that I can buy all of these pumpkins and gourds and leaves and, oh my, and they can be out in my home all of September, all of October, all of November until the Thanksgiving leftovers are done and we're putting up things for Christmas. So it's probably one of your longest decorating seasons. So that's why you want to find things that you are excited about, that give you great joy and pleasure to look at. And I hope that some of those things, find their way from Just Jill to your home too, because that's what we really try to find for all of you. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Hi, Mary. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Taryn. Hi, Mary. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Lesla, or Lisa, sorry. Hi, my glasses are not doing very well here. Just so you know, Lisa, I see your comment. And all you have to do is go to justjillshop.com. That's my website. I also put a link to the items we're going to show tonight in the copy of this post that you're watching. And click on there, and that's our website, and that's where you'll find everything. Hi, Anna. Hi, Carol. Hi, Ann. Hi, everybody. Hi, 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 hi. Sandy said, I begin Christmas decorating November 1st. Well, I kind of start working in Christmas early too, I have to say. Because as much as I love the Thanksgiving things, right? The fall flavors and still the pumpkins. It's not unusual if there might be a few Christmas trees starting to make their appearance by Thanksgiving in my house too. So anyway, hope that you all had fun over your Labor Day weekend. Doug and I went down to our place at the Delaware beaches. We have a little place in Bethany Beach. But big news. Big news. I've kind of been hinting at this for the last couple of weeks, saying we've got a lot going on, and I'll share it when we get a little bit closer. But Doug and I have bought a new house. And we're still keeping our house here in Pennsylvania. But after 9 years down at the Delaware beaches, we have decided that we are going to enjoy the peaceful surroundings of Maryland's Eastern Shore. Something Doug has always wanted. He's always talked about finding a little place on the Chesapeake. And so we did. That will be taking place over the course of the next month or so. We'll be packing up our things from 9 years in Delaware and moving west to Maryland. One of the nice things is it's closer to us here in Pennsylvania, so an easier drive, kind of uncharted territory for both of us. So we're excited about exploring new areas. I'm excited about all the crab, yum. And we found a house that we feel like if we really take to the area, that maybe that is a house eventually where we could really look to retire and settle down. First floor, a lot of first floor living. It's a 2-story house, but primary bedroom on the main floor and a nice backyard for the dogs and still a really beautiful water view. And so a big change, a lot of adventure, some mixed emotions. I won't lie. That house in Delaware has been, it's a beautiful house with just a gorgeous wide open view of the bay. But it's a little isolated where we are, a little remote. I kind of like that because I'm a little bit of a homebody, and I think sometimes the only child in me likes the solitude. But it's not enough for Doug. And as much as he also loves the house and the views, he likes to go do things. And it was traffic and, kind of always a ways to get places. So it ran its course. That happens, right? And we feel very fortunate that we've already sold the house in Delaware, knock on wood, say some good vibes that, it all goes through like it's supposed to. And we settle on the house down in Maryland at the end of the month. So, me, everybody, you can count on the fact that for the next year or two, you're going to see a lot of home renovation and home makeover content because I'm a girl who loves to decorate a house. And so we'll have lots of fun decorating the new house, and I'll have, show you the new spaces and everything. So send some good vibes our way that everything goes smoothly. I'd really appreciate that. And if I could ask one more favor of all of you, I would also ask if, however you phrase it, whether it's, praying to a higher power, to God, you put energy in the universe. Can you put a little mojo into the universe for my son, Trevor? He's got a lot going on down at JMU, and he's, trying out for things, auditioning for things. And I just feel like a little extra burst from the universe to support him and cradle him during this time would be something he would really feel and appreciate. So much more than for myself, certainly. If you could just, put some good vibes out there for my Trevi boy, I'd really appreciate that. So thank you. I know I can count on all of you. And boy, if he gets good vibes from all of you, he's going to be top of the pack. So thank you. All right. So Let's talk about what we have tonight. So, a couple things I want to jump into real quickly because you've been asking us about it, and I want you to know we got more in. So, when we presented these a week and a half ago or so, they sold out like lickety split. So, we were able to get a few more of our wax flameless candle pumpkins in. These are slightly different than last year's. This is actually from our vendor that we do all of our flameless candles that you all love. So, for those of you who have all of our glass hurricanes and our votives, this is that vendor. So love the dimension on this beautiful, beautiful wax pumpkin. And of course, it has that like glowing flicker that I just love. And so many of you come to love that too. So not only did we get a few of the pumpkins back, and by the way, these are on a timer. So you turn it on, it stays on for 6 hours, turns off. But we got a few, and I mean a few, of the gourds in as well. So if you want the gourd, let me grab it. Somebody was asking about this on social media earlier, and I was like, run, don't walk. If you want it, I would be going to Just Jill Shop right this second and getting yours. As you can see, this is like moves around, so you can straighten it up to get where you want. But if you want the gourd, here's the pumpkin. If you buy more than one of these, because a lot of you were buying these in sets of 2. If you buy more than one, so 2 gourds, 2 pumpkins, 1 of each, we'll take 10% off. So instead of them being $36 each, they're more like $32 and change. And remember, that includes your shipping and handling. So real wax, beautifully designed, the perfect shade of orange. Not too harsh, not too yellowy, like just perfect. And I just love the whole imperfections of the pumpkin, and I love the ribs of the gourd. So if you want these, go, go, go. And we do call these our petite pumpkins. Again, these are not huge, all right? I'm holding it up in my hand, so I want you to see what the size is so you can get some perspective. I don't want you to think that it's gonna be some 12-inch in diameter candle. All the measurements and everything are over at justjillshop.com, but if you are able to get these and are interested in these, go ahead and go for it, because this is our final quantities of the season. No more coming in, no more fall decor coming in. What I'm showing you is all we have left for the season. Oh, and the gourd sold out already. I told you there was only a few. We took what we could get. All right, so I'm just gonna keep that there, not to upset you, but it fills out my tablescape very nicely. My pumpkin has been shipped, excited to receive it. Yes, so just so you know, couple of updates on shipping things too. So the pumpkins and gourds will be shipping out over the course probably of the next week. For those of you, just to let me touch on Christmas for 1 second, those of you who ordered our Norfolk pine garland, hundreds of you ordered them from Christmas in July. We originally thought those were going to ship out the week of August 25th. Our shipment was delayed. We got one big order in, and I was just with Bernadette today, and she said, you know, most of that order have gone out. But if you ordered our Norfolk pine garland, it's coming. It might just be delayed by a week or 2. So don't freak out. Don't panic. We know we still owe you a garland or 2. The shipment to us was just delayed by a little bit. And as soon as we get it in stock, believe me, you'll have it in plenty of time. You'll probably have it by the end of September, hopefully, but plenty of time for your holiday decorating, okay? All right, so pumpkin and gourds, popular. Just in, super excited. We sold out of our first set of harvest picks that we brought in for the season. Here's our new. So you're actually going to get 3 of these. We were able to get these at such a great deal. Normally we do sets of 2 because I'm really picky about the picks. I'm really picky about the picks that we bring in because I don't want them to be scrawny. I don't want them to be something where you feel like you have to buy a set of 6 to get any kind of payoff. We try to get them so that if you only bought 2, you'd have lush fullness for a vase. You'd have something that would fill in a tabletop arrangement. But this was such a great buy. Bernadette and I said, let's just give them 3. So 3 really for what we would normally do for 2. So I just want you to see there, Kylie and I put 2 of them in the vase back there. And I still have 1 left over here that I can show you some things to do with. So Here's a close-up. So one thing I love about this particular spray is while it doesn't have a ton of orange, it has what I was talking about earlier, that sort of golden hour look that fall brings. So it does have some of your orange. So I want you to see if you wanted to put this with your bright orange pumpkin, look how beautiful that all looks together. But these are all these warm tones of goldenrod and umber. Again, beautiful shades of deep orange, these kind of brownish goldenberry colors. You have some deeper, richer tones here. There's even some little hints of like burgundy and olive green mixed in. And then the little pumpkin itself, I would say, is kind of a like golden ivory color. Not white, definitely has more warmth to it. But I have to say, when we saw these in Atlanta back in January, can't believe that was January, now we're in September. The one thing that I loved about this was as I held it up with all of these other different things that I knew we would be offering for the fall season, this worked so much better than just a traditional orange and green. You know, because this has all of these sort of highs and lows, like there's some of your bright orange, but here's some of your deeper tones, and there's some of your olive green, and this kind of works down with your burgundies. It gives you so many more options for decorating for the season. Taryn said, I just ordered my set of picks. Oh, I hope you love them, Taryn. So, you know, things you can do with this. So we have this adorable little set of 2 mirrors. Yes, you can hang them. Hey, look, there I am. And there I am. And there I am. It's like a house of mirrors. There's Kylie too. She's waving to you. See her? But I love these because I love them as mini trays down the center of a dining table, using these to create little vignettes for the season. But you could take one of these, put your pretty pick on top of it, take one of our regular flameless candles. You don't have to use the pumpkin flameless candle, and do that, and then do a second one next to it with another candle in the center, and then the spray and the mirror underneath. That is so simple, so lovely. And guess what? Come holiday, take out this pick, put a new pick in its place that's more holiday themed. So you could use these little mirror trays 12 months out of the year. That's one of the things I do try to keep in mind when we're selecting items is I know you love the seasonal, but what about those staple decor pieces that you can leave out all year round, and just the little accessories like a pretty pick and flameless candle can transform it. So check out that set of 2 mirrors because I love them. They're so pretty. Can you hand me the other one there, Kylie? There's 2 different, you get both of them. They look like this, but you can see there's a slight difference on the top, which I love because then it looks very collected, I feel like. And they do, as I said, have a little bit of your hanging hardware right there. So if you did want to hang them up, you know, in a little bathroom or a little hallway, you could do that. But I love that they sit flat as trays. So check those out for sure. Check out our picks. They're so pretty. The colors are gorgeous. And again, whether you do it with the bright orange of our flameless pumpkin candle, if you do it with the classic looks of just a regular ivory flameless candle, really, 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 really pretty. So there you have it. You get 3 of them, really 3 for the price of 2, which I love. We love giving you bargains. All right. My favorite thing is when we work with some of our vendors and they're like, well, we have a really good price offer on this. Woo, I'm all ears. All right. Excuse me. I'm going to take a little sip. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, Eagles play tomorrow night. Go Birds. Oh, Lynn, you have those mirrors? I would have thought you'd have those mirrors, Lynn. Those seem like something you would like for your house. I'm glad you like them. And I hope that you find, Lynn, that you can use them, like you can redecorate them over and over and over and over again, depending on the season. I feel like they're small but mighty. All right. All right. Something else I have brand new. Couple things for the season. All right. Let me talk about these. Okay. So I love our flameless candle collection, and these are our 3.5-inch round. It's real wax, poured in glass, gorgeous flameless candles, Write on the comments, everybody, about our flameless candles, because my story there is simply, listen, like many of you, I was a Luminara girl. And when we started Just Jill Shop and we would work with some of our different vendors, you know, and they would have flameless candles, I was like, there's no way we can compete with Luminara. And that was really because I was like, I don't think I would ever want anything besides Luminara. And then we started working with this particular vendor. And I was like, you know, like that idea of the wax poured into the glass. So it already has the hurricane around it. And then it has this, and the more I looked at this beautiful wick and the way that it glowed and flickered, I was like, huh. So obviously we tried them and you all have gone crazy and love our flameless candles. We do have an offer on right now if you need to stock up, because let's face it, now is the time where you're probably finding the days the days are getting shorter, right? The daylight it doesn't stay light as long. And what adds that sense of warmth and comfort to a space? What does that better than candles, right? Flameless candles. And so we have all different shapes and sizes for you. And right now, if you buy more than one of our flameless candles, we'll take 10% off the whole flameless candle order. So nice time to stock up for sure. Different sizes, different scales, even our little votives are awesome. But now that so many of you have these gorgeous glass flameless candles from us, like how can we transform them? So I found these for fall, and I think they are absolutely gorgeous. And they may not, when you first look at it, you might be like, oh, that's not really what I thought of for fall. But I know this is going to be like, oh my gosh, Joe, we love it so much. Okay, so look. So what we have here are greens and ivories and clears. But instead of orange, it's like this soft peach. And there are tones of greens and grays and the littlest hint of a soft golden yellow. And for fall, like when you see this, we also have some brand new set of 2 gold candlesticks. This is gorgeous. Okay, ready? So here's the candlestick. Here's the little candle wreath. Here is your beautiful flameless candle. And look how pretty that could be for fall. So if you have like a green velvet runner, oh, so beautiful. But I would also say, what about a pretty like rustic raffia runner or jute or something like that, right? Giving it some texture, giving it something sort of more of a natural element, because then you've got this little bit of pizzazz with these gorgeous candle rings. So these candle rings, you get a set of 2 of them, and they are gorgeous. Here's what else you can do. Believe it or not, I was playing with this earlier. Just to show you, like, if you're like, I like it, but do I see fall there? Think about like hunter green even with this. You can do your ivories if your home has a lot of gray, but you could also do one of your beautiful pumpkins on top of these candlesticks, and then use that beautiful, and look how pretty that kind of soft, peachy, almost rose gold color, mixing in with these tones of greens, the little shimmer faceted beads, these sort of grayish green pearls. I just love these. So we didn't bring in a lot of them, but they are fantastic. You get 2 of them, our beautiful candle rings. Again, these are going to work with our 3.5-inch diameter candles. They work the best. And we do have these in different sizes, 4, 5, and 6 inches in height. Would you say your flameless glass candle is more white or off-white? It's an ivory. It's an off-white. So it's a very soft, creamy color. If you can tell there or not, but it's not white. It is an ivory. All right, so there is our beautiful candle rings. We know you love them, and this was the one that I thought was so pretty for fall. Again, you might be looking at it and saying, not traditional, but I like it. And that's how I felt about it too. I was like, you know, usually you think of fall and you think of like the deeper, richer tones, but there was something about this color palette that I thought was so pretty for a fall display. It kind of wakes it up a little bit, I feel like. All right, so check those out. Those are brand new. Again, when those are gone, those are gone. And then here's a look at these candlesticks, just so you can see. We don't have a lot of them to go around. They're really nicely weighted. You get both of them. Really nice surface area there. So easily works with our 3.5 inch. If you have a larger candle, like 4.5 inch, it will sit on top of it. Works great with the pumpkins, sits on there really nicely. These are year-round purchase. They're really nicely weighted, and it's more of like a matte gold to the finish. Okay, so you get both of those if you'd like them. We like those a lot. They're actually really good too if you wanted to do some things with our little mercury glass pumpkins too. In fact, you could probably, it might bury it a little bit, but maybe you put a little something underneath there just to lift it a little bit, and that would be pretty too. Okay, and that's a set of 3 in these really beautiful mercury glass looks to the pumpkins, and you get this kind of golden color, and you get this medium, so this one, and then you get the deep reddish orange. So you get all 3 pumpkins if you'd like to get those. Okay, if you're noticing over here, this is our brand new dough bowl candle, triple wick, our pumpkin spice fragrance. I took this down to the beach with us over the weekend, and I lit it, and the house smelled amazing. I laughed. I actually said to Doug, I'm like, maybe we should have another open house just to get people in here to smell this candle. I should have had it on display. And if you like the way our house smells, you can buy this candle at Just Jill. But really, really love this dough bowl. It's a nice depth. You're going to get at least 25 to 30 hours of candlelight and fragrance there. And again, natural soy, beautiful fragrance of sort of this toasty, warm pumpkin, a little bit of a toasted nut note in there. Of course, the spice notes, but not overly spicy, and a little bit of a bakery undertone. So that pumpkin spice fragrance in our dough bowl candle is the same pumpkin spice fragrance that you love in our traditional glass jar and mason jar candles from Just Jill, but we put it together for you in a nice dough bowl. So check that out if you're interested there. Then more pumpkins to share with you, because we do have a new, put this back here, put that up there, put that there. Doesn't that look all pretty together? Love it. Okay, so just to show you, we've shown you these the last couple of weeks, but I finally got in a brand new one from our friend April Wagner at Epiphany Glass up in Michigan. Oh, Diane said, I just got my pumpkin spice candles and they are the best. Thank you, Diane. Oh, I hope you love them. I say this every time. So I know you could probably all say it with me, but I will put our pumpkin spice up against any other pumpkin candle out there. I think, our candle maker, Ed, does an incredible job. He shared the recipe with Morgan, who's making the dough bowl candles for us now. And it's just the best fragrance. It's like perfect at every note, I feel like. So if you love pumpkin spice, please check out either our candles, our room sprays, and we're going to talk about wax melt. And I have a brand new melter warmer to show you coming up in a minute. But April Wagner is a glass artist located up in Michigan. She runs the largest glass studio in the state of Michigan. We're so lucky to work with her and her team. This is true art. So in a day and age where we hear so much about, let ChatGPT create that for you, these are artists who are still taking these rods of glass and creating these wonderful little special treasures like these. So I have a couple different pumpkins to show you. We've carried these for the last year or two. I love these because I feel like for home decor, sometimes orange just doesn't work. Right? As much as we love an orange pumpkin, it just doesn't work with our decor. It almost stands out too much. So I love here that we have this beautiful, almost like turquoise glass. And then just look at the details, like the way the ribbing is created, the soft kind of beige modeling going through that. Look at the ribbing on the stem and the way that that glass swirls. So we have it available for you here. These are limited editions, by the way. And each one will be different. Isn't that cool? In a day and age where things are being automated and mass produced, I can tell you each one will be unique to you. Makes it special. I have such a passion for preserving these arts, whether it's in jewelry making, whether it's in glass, whether it's painting, sculpture, pottery. I just this is talent, right? And to me, I'd rather have one special pumpkin like this than, you know, 5, 7, 10 other just like plastic, whatever pumpkins around my house. I'd rather have one that I look at and I know is a treasure, but that's just me. But that's also why I like to bring these things to you. So here's that turquoise. And then here, for those of you who do like the Scandinavian lighter woods, or maybe you have more of a farmhouse decor, you have lots of whites and creams or tans. You know, wood cabinetry is coming back. For so long, everything was painted white. Believe me, I love a white kitchen too. But we're seeing a lot more wood even in furniture, and sort of the different depths and grains of wood in home decor. So here's something that I think, you know, can just play right along with that. And this doesn't have to be Halloween. It's just this quiet little touch. Maybe it's in your kitchen if you have a white kitchen or a tan kitchen, or you have those beautiful like Cambria countertops with the Britannica gold with the big like tan swirl through it. I love those. Wouldn't this just be pretty? Just a little touch on your kitchen counter, maybe over by a light switch, maybe just a little touch in your hallway, just like those quiet little whispers of the season, but you look at them and they're just like so special. So that's what we have for you with this particular version, which is more of like a soft tan color, and then this like ecru modeling going through it. And then limited edition for this year from April's team. This is this orange and yellow Fetty, as you can see there. So we've done an all orange kind of speckled pumpkin. This has orange and yellow. So when they're creating this, they're actually then like dipping the glass into a little pan that has all these little mosaic pieces of the orange and the yellow, and rolling it in there and then blowing the shape so that it then creates this unique speckled look. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love, they really exaggerated the swirl of the green glass on that pumpkin going all the way around. I just think that's so beautiful and so special. Again, I recognize that these are not inexpensive pieces. If you're somebody who puts out lots of pumpkins and switches them out year after year after year because that's how you like to go, totally great. But I also know that there are those of you who maybe have downsized. You don't put out as many decor pieces as you used to. And so the pieces that you do put out, you want them to be special. I kind of feel like that way about jewelry sometimes. I mean, believe me, I have enough jewelry in my personal collection where I could probably open up a jewelry store and stay in business for 50 years because I have so many pieces of jewelry. However, most of them stay in jewelry boxes because I found as I've grown older that I have key pieces that I love to wear, and that's what I wear all the time. They're the ones that no matter what, I always feel good when I'm wearing them. They're the pieces that, you know, like my J bracelets and my John Hardy bracelets, like that's what I like to be around. And it's not so much about the quantity of having, oh my gosh, look at all this jewelry I can choose from. It's leaning into those pieces that just work for me all the time. And I think about that in home decor too. Yeah, it's nice to be able to decorate all your different rooms and spaces, but are you always really choosing the best pieces, the most special pieces? And couldn't it be just as exciting to maybe not have as many, but the ones that you have be real, like, oh, and that's what I feel about these. So check these out. These Epiphany pieces will all have the little Epiphany hallmark. It's kind of hard to see there, but you'll see it when you get it home up close. There's a little Epiphany hallmark on the inside there. Just beautiful quality. And something special. Again, maybe not for everybody, but I like to offer many different things. And I think that there is a contingency of folks out there like you who do appreciate these types of made in the USA art glass. You want to support the arts and let those artists know you see them and that you'll take their one-of-a-kind pieces over mass production any day. Larry said, I received the turquoise pumpkin, so beautiful. Also the delicious pumpkin kiffles. Very happy with both, Donna. Oh, great, Donna. I'm so glad. Speaking of pumpkin kiffles, yeah, they're back in stock, everybody. They never really went out of stock, but this is a pumpkin kiffle. So this is this delicious cream cheese based pastry, an Eastern European pastry dough, hand rolled, filled with a pumpkin cream cheese mixture. Very light. Here's what I love about a kiffle too. Look at all the layers. See the layers of the pastry? And then you have just that little touch of the pumpkin on the inside. So good. Don't mind if I do. All right. Epiphany, love them. What else, Kylie? Oh, brand new. More brand new. You wanted brand new for fall. I'm doing it. All right. Excuse me. So you all have loved our different wax warmers. What's a wax warmer, you ask? Well, not everybody can have a burning candle in their home. Or maybe you just don't feel comfortable with a burning candle because you have pets, you have young kids. Listen, we all forget things. You're worried you're going to leave it burning. But you miss the fragrance. Like flameless candles are great, right? Because they give us that flicker candle look, but they don't give us the fragrance. And so a candle warmer allows you to take the wax that's used in said candles that are fragranced and warm them so they melt and it releases the fragrance. But it does so at a lower temperature and without any flame. So this is our new one. I love this. So this is a soft white. It has this raised willow pattern. Is that what we're calling this, Kylie? Willow? The pussy willow design. This raised motif. And this is what we call our flip dish, okay? So here's how it works. By the way, all of your candle warmers from us will come with a package of the Just Jill fragrance. And this one comes with, can you just confirm, does this come with pumpkin spice? I'm pretty sure it does. Could be wrong. Oh, Joan said, I had your home fragrance melting all day. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Oh, this comes with the home fragrance. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we're doing our home fragrance with this one, but we have variety packs of all different fragrances of our wax melts available. And those are made by Candlemaker Ed. So they are the same soy wax, the same quality of the fragrances, he just pours them into these little packets. We have bakery notes. We have all Christmas tree, all pumpkin spice. You can get whatever you need. So how does this work? You're going to basically plug this in, and what's going to happen is that this area here is going to get warm. It's going to melt the 2 or 3 wax cubes that you put on the inside, but you're not going to put it here. You're going to put it in this. And the beauty here is that when you've used the wax melts to the point where you're not detecting fragrance any longer, all you're going to do is let it cool. You take this out and you can pop out. That's how easy it is to clean. It just makes the cleanup a lot simpler. So beautiful new design. I feel like year round, this is out on your kitchen counter. That's where my wax melt is. When I'm the one getting up early in the morning with the dogs and, letting them out and making my coffee, like it's almost like my routine. I come downstairs, I let the dogs out, I come back in, I walk into the kitchen, I turn on the wax melt, I put my little Nespresso pod in, make myself my little foofy drink. And then before I know it, I'm enjoying this wonderful fragrance all day long. And they are such a gentle warmth that you can leave these on all day. Please turn it off at night before you go to bed, and you do that manually. There's just a little switch, but you can put it on in the morning. Obviously, don't leave the house with it on, but while you're there, just let the fragrance of our wax mounts scent your home. And you use that in combination with our room sprays. Boy, is your house going to smell great this season. I need a house gift, and I was thinking of one of your warmers. Oh, I love that, Joan. That's a great idea. Because then, you know, I mean, it comes with that first pack, but you can find wax melts, by the way, like everywhere. They sell them at Target. They sell them at Walmart. You know, you can find them anywhere. Of course, we'd love for you to invest in ours. Ours are made in the USA with, you know, wax from American farmers and all of those things. But listen, sometimes there might be fragrances that you really are interested in and they're available somewhere else. That's cool. I don't care. But I love that we do give you a chance to experience Just Jill fragrances with your wax melter. Okay. So really, really nice. All right, so there's that. I saw somebody asking about the kiffles, if they can be frozen. Yes, they can be frozen up to 6 months. Let them thaw out before serving. Just don't store them in the refrigerator. They do better at room temperature. They're flaky. And if you're not even a pumpkin person, the Jill's Favorites, funny enough, is my favorite combo. You'll get 15 raspberry and 15 apricot. The fruit flavored are the originals, and they're fantastic. And then we have some other sample packs that are available too. They're made here in Pennsylvania. You know, Nick from the Kiffle Kitchen Bakery is somebody I always enjoyed working with when I was working at QVC. And I'm so happy that we stayed in touch and we were able to find ways to bring you some flavors that you never see other places because they're only available in small, limited quantities. So that pumpkin cream cheese kiffle, that's not something that likely will be available throughout the rest of the year. There's only so many that they make. There's only so much they are able to bring in terms of the pumpkin. So if that's a flavor that you think you'd enjoy, please give them a try because they're awesome. Okay, I'm looking around, making sure I'm hitting everything. Okay, a couple kind of fall things, but let me just jump in and show you. Okay, so soap rocks. We're doing our soap rock special right now, where if you buy more than one set, you'll save 10% off your entire soap rocks order. Excuse me. I've been having a little tickle in my throat. Okay, so for fall, we brought these. Aren't they gorgeous? So these are actually what are called the soap woods. Isn't that beautiful? So it's like this olivey green and gold. Kylie, can you help me? I should have brought the other pack. What are the actual names of these soaps? Yeah, Kylie's going to look them up for you. This one I love. It's like, I think this is like the tiger maple, maybe? Yeah, that's this one. So this is the extra virgin olive. Look at the green and the tan, but it's like iridescent and just smells really fresh and clean. Like if you love milk and honey, like that kind of clean, that's kind of what I feel like this one is. Okay, and the next, is that this one? Yes, this is the spalted maple, which is kind of like a redwood. Look, isn't that cool? Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Todd Pink is a genius. And then this is the tiger cedar. Oh, look at that one. So look at that. Oh my gosh, they're awesome. And everyone is different, which I think is so cool. So these are kind of cut in a little bit more of a geometric block. Still, all the things that you love. So vegetable-based glycerin, calendula, comfrey, aloe vera, super hydrating to the skin. Just pretty colors, don't you think? Like the golds, the greens, the reds, the browns, so pretty to put out in your soap dish and to use this fall. And I had somebody ask me the other day, like, these soaps are so beautiful. Do you actually use them? Yes, that's the whole point. They're beauty bars. Use them to clean your body. They give the most wonderful creamy lather for shaving under your arm, shaving your legs, for washing your face. Your husband can use these to soften up the whiskers of his beard before shaving. They're amazing. And so many of you have also said, like, it's the only kind of soap that you can use that doesn't leave your skin feeling parched. And that's because that vegetable based glycerin, the aloe, like these are also humectants for the skin that do a good job of cleansing but also hydrating. So, beautiful product made in the USA. They last for a long time. Lynn, I see you saw that. They last a long time. So, if you are somebody who wants to try something different from soap rocks instead of the gem looks, these are what are called soap woods. And again, just beautiful gift. They're individually wrapped. Each one, they come in their own little bag wrapped up with the name of the soap on it. And they make great gifts. So right now, if you buy more than one set of our soap rocks, it's like a buy more and save offer. You'll save 10% off your entire soap rocks order with more than one purchase. And if you do want the traditional soap rocks, we have tons of those available too in different stone configurations, whether it's the holiday assortment, whether it's like rubies, emeralds, and sapphires. We have turquoise, jade, and amethyst. We have an unscented offering. So there's some nice offers there for you too. Also, this time of year, if you were outside all summer in your sandals, your flip-flops, if your feet are looking a little dry, your heels looking a little worn, calluses, those kinds of things, today's the last day where we're putting our Save My Soul foot cream on sale. This is normally $33. It's $29, so great sale price. The best foot cream, one of the original products that we launched at Just Jill. This has, some shea butter. It has some menthol, so it's cooling, super hydrating for your feet. Really also helps to soften those rough spots, and it just makes your feet look like you spent the day in the spa. Great to put on your feet, wear with some socks overnight, and it's like a little foot treatment or a foot mask. So love Save My Soul. If you've tried it, you all know how good it is. Joan said, love that foot cream. Great price, great gift. And that's from our friend Connie Elder. And then one other thing, like for putting out with your decor, and again, like sometimes maybe fall for you has nothing to do with pumpkins. Maybe you just like new textures and colors of the season. So I just want to remind you about our beautiful little tabletop ceramic flowers, because I think, you could do some really pretty things with some of our different choices. And there's a whole bunch of them that you can find. But like, even if you did, like, here's that little mirrored tray we were talking about. And even if you did, one of our pretty little flowers and then put one of our little pumpkins there, you could even put, that behind it. Like, look how pretty all of that is together. And you wouldn't normally think like ceramic succulent flowers for fall, but think about how many things you see on Pinterest and social media where they are filling out pumpkins with all these succulents trailing out of them, right? So here you kind of can do your own little look and style with that, mixing the elements together. So if you got those picks that we had earlier, then you have the Epiphany pumpkin. There's one of our little flowers. You get two of these in different colors and choices. But just to show you, I just thought it would be fun. Like even this one here, this sort of begonia one that's a little turquoisey. And then look how pretty that is with the turquoise pumpkin. Isn't that pretty? I don't know. I like it. I think it's different. But check out our assortments there. And we do have a few of the larger ones as well, that are like dahlias. I mean, it's like that dinner plate dahlia. And we have that for you in like a pretty warm orange, as well as that ivory. And speaking of like a warm orange, Jill's Perfect Fall Wrap, we have a few of those remaining, only in that pretty cider color, which was like a rust. And we have it in that pretty mustard warm gold. So if you're thinking about our wraps, we have a couple of those warm colors left available for you as well. All right. Anything else I can help you with tonight? we kind of moved through everything pretty quickly. One other thing to think about, if you love My Grandma's Coffee Cakes, starting next week is when they start making their pumpkin spice coffee cake. We can start taking orders for that. So you'll be one of the first to receive them. And we've put it on sale. So normally that large coffee cake, we do the 3.1 pound size. It's much larger than the ones that you buy in your grocery store. Okay. So it's a large 3.1 ounce or 3 pound 3.1 pound size, easy for me to say. It can do, 26 slices. I think if you want to do more generous slices, let's say 21, 22 generous slices, you can keep those in your freezer for up to a year. I like to cut it in quarters and just bring out a quarter at a time, have a few, slices from that. Normally they're $49, those cakes. We've marked it down on sale to $45, so a little 10% off right now is sort of your first pumpkin spice cake of the season. So if you place your order, go ahead and take advantage of that sale price. Those will start shipping next week. And like I said earlier, in case you just joined us, if you ordered any of our pumpkin and gourd candles, those will be shipping out over the next week or so. So they're coming. Those of you who ordered them last week, we just were bombarded. So, and Bernadette, she's a one-man band, man. So she's doing her best to get those out to all of you. And also, if you bought our Norfolk pine garlands, a lot of those have shipped out. We're waiting on our second shipment of those to come in. So we thought those were going to be shipping at the end of August. They'll probably be shipping in the next couple of weeks, but you'll still have them in plenty of time for holiday decorating. I don't know if we'll have the mini cakes, Janet, but if we do, believe me, we'll be tooting our horn, letting you know about them. And I know the cakes as a sampler would be nice, Mary. Wouldn't that be great? All right, let's see. Do we have the set of 3 hurricane candle holders? Do we have any of those hurricane holders left? Okay, sounds good. We'll try to see if we have an extra sample around by chance. Yes, Lynn, those little blue ones for your mirror would be adorable. I agree. All right, any other questions? Oh, harvest mix. You know what? When we come back next week, I'll make up a batch of it in case you're wondering what it is. I can tell you. I mean, it's easy as can be. You're going to get a thing of Planters, dry roasted peanuts. I know if you're watching your sodium, but just get the dry roasted with the salted. You need the salted, okay? And then get some candy corn, and then get some M&Ms and mix it all together. When I was in college, my sorority, Kappa Alpha Theta, called that Theta Mix. And the idea was that while you have all these different elements, just like the girls in the house are all different, when you all come together, it was fabulous. And so let me tell you, that Theta Mix definitely contributed to my freshman 15 and sophomore, junior, and senior year. I love it. So I shared that one time when I was at QVC and everybody went crazy for it. So if you're looking for a little snack mix, and I'll tell you, I'm not really a candy corn girl either. I know there's a lot of candy corn haters out there, but I'm telling you, the creamy sweetness of the candy corn, the saltiness of the peanut, and then a little bit of the chocolate, say it with me, America, enjoyable. So that's our harvest mix. I'll put that on our list, Kylie, okay? And we'll make it for you live. It is a very intense recipe. No, it's like one of those recipes. I mean, you know what they are, right? It's like when you eat nachos, right? And you get the perfect nacho bite, and then you keep trying to get that bite again. That's how it is with that harvest mix. You'll take a handful of it and you'll get the perfect ratio of candy corn to salty peanut to chocolate. And then you just keep going back trying to recreate that over and over again. And it's like, that one wasn't quite right. Not salty enough. Not chocolatey enough. Too much candy corn. It's addictive. It's so, so good. All right. Denise, the wraps are $49 for our wraps. They are machine washable, tumble dry, Jill's Perfect Wrap. We have them in black, and then we have the spice cider, which is like a rust, and we have it in like a pretty warm gold color. Oh, now only the gold. So that's the only color we have left. And it's a beautiful gold. It's not mustard yellow. I shouldn't have said mustard. It's deep. It's a much deeper, richer autumnal gold color. And I was saying, if you are somebody who's an alumni of a university that has gold as one of their colors, it would be fabulous to wear for football tailgates. All right, listen, I'm going to jump, everybody, because I'm actually doing a class on Wednesday nights, believe it or not, because, I have so much free time in my life. And it starts at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to jump so I can jump into my class. And thanks so much for being here. Can I also invite all of you, if you're a fan of Ireland and a fan of jade jewelry, we launch our Ireland collection on QVC Monday, September 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll have 2 more shows on September 9th at 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Time for a 2-hour show. So we probably won't do a Facebook live stream next week on Tuesday. Chances are we'll probably do it on Wednesday again instead. But if you are looking for some beautiful new pieces, I can't wait to share the inspiration behind the collection with all of you. And that'll be on QVC on Monday and Tuesday next week. So thanks for being here tonight. Can't wait to see what y'all are shopping for. Don't miss out on these pumpkins. I just heard there aren't many of these left. So if you want this one, run, don't walk. I'm going to finish my kiffle and head to class, and I'll see y'all next week. Have a good night, everybody. See you soon. Bye.